All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Rider Nation Station broadcast. My name is Howie Spencer, and alongside me is the wonderful Lance Abraham. Lance, how you doing?
Having a great night, looking forward to a great game.
Oh, for sure. Lance, you got any details about what the Lady Riders have been potentially doing throughout the season thus far?
Yeah, just a little bit about them, Howie. Having, I think, a good start so far. You can never tell early in the season until you get some of the bigger matchups like tonight, what's going on there. But the Lady Riders come into tonight 4-3-1. 1-1 in the WBL. Goals for 13 and goals against 10, which I guess if your record really counts, that's what matters there. But I think that's something to watch for tonight.
Yeah.
Versus the Redskins, they come in 4-1-0. So they're probably feeling pretty good about this. 1-1 in the WBL. But here's the thing to think about here, Howie. 28 goals for and only 2 against. So they are super stingy on giving up goals.
That's the number right there. And then the girls, Lady Riders, their last game was Defiance, correct? And
correct.
That was a win of 3-1, I believe.
Correct.
So nice thing that we have them coming off of that wonderful win there, facing a team like Wapak tonight.
Yeah, and a WBL win to set us off for tonight. So, Howie, before we get started here, we're going to turn it over here in just a moment to the field announcers and MC. It's a WBL matchup. It's always going to be emotional. It's always going to be exciting. So maybe just a quick second on what we're in for tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Being Wapak, this is going to be a tough game. High energy. Emotions are going to be pretty high. But you always got to remember that gameplay. Smart plays the entire time. Stay calm in between the ears. And what you've been doing throughout practice. Apply that on the field. Make Coach Wilson happy. The turnout's going to be good. And
we sometimes use the term WBL soccer, and we might use that term for somebody who's not familiar with the game. And that might mean a little extra contact.
Because you're going to be going 110%. All right, and that 110% is going to count off. It's going to be physicality, smart soccer, and then see what the outcome looks like.
Now, the other thing, Howie, is a team like Wapakoneta, you do not want to give them any openings at all. You want to take away any chances they got. And one of them I think about is if you lose the ball, what are we looking at? How long should you take to get that ball back? What's a reasonable amount of time? 5 seconds, 7 seconds maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, my whole thing with soccer is if you don't get to that ball, if you're not applying pressure, that allows opportunities to happen for the opposing team. So as much pressure that can happen, getting that ball back, that's what we're going to be looking for.
Very important. Okay, we're going to turn it over to the field MC tonight for player introductions and our national anthem.
Rough Rider Field for tonight's WBL match featuring our guests, the Wapakoneta Lady Redskins, and your St. Mary's Memorial Lady Riders. In order to make this match as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and your community in a positive and respectful manner by following the rules, speaking and acting responsibly, showing courtesy and respect for all involved, including fans, officials, coaches, administrators, and of course, your team and their opponents. Let's respect each other and respect the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a nation with freedoms like no other. To celebrate those freedoms and those who have defended or those who are currently defending those freedoms, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's officials have been selected in accordance with procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Let us welcome and thank Scott Sanderson and Sam Evans for being a part of tonight's match. And now let's meet the teams. First for our guests, the Wapak Redskins. They are coached by Erica Preston, along with her assistants Mindy Webb, Samantha Trimboli, and Brad Burnfield. The starters for the Redskins tonight are number 3, sophomore Olivia Hundle. Number 5, senior Paige Oberding. Number 6, freshman Aubrey Pranger. Number 7, junior Payson Preston. Number 8, senior Gabby Mueller. Number 12, sophomore Avery Shipline. Number 13, senior Tegan Lawrence. Number 17, sophomore Emery Preston. Number 20, junior Elena Alt. Number 21, sophomore Avery Kiefer. And in the net tonight for the Redskins, 00, sophomore Tristan Coleman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your Lady Riders. Number 2, sophomore Jillian Jacobs. Number 5, junior Allison Ankerman. Number 7, senior Sophia Maker. Number 8, senior Lauren Jacobs. Number 10, freshman Olivia Walls. Number 16, junior Layla Hermsher. Number 17, junior Kendall Davis. Number 21, junior Piper Triplett. Number 26, junior Claire Turner. And number 38, sophomore Eliana Weigel. And in net for the Lady Riders, number 3, junior Bella Hertenstein. The Lady Riders are coached by Nick Wilson, and his assistants are Ashley Petrisky, Lily Ankerman, and Emma Burke. We want to wish both teams the best of luck, and we want to welcome you once again to Rough Rider Field in tonight's match between the Lady Riders and the Wapak Redskins.
All right, and we are back. Now, Lance, I do have something to say about this Wapak team. I remember when they were this group of girls probably going through middle school with Erica Preston. Erica's had them for a number of years, and she's been going up each year with them. So this is a team that's played together for a very long time. The offensive attacks, like what you said, they are, 28 goals so far. So our defense is going to be very critical for a game like tonight.
That's a great point, Howie. A team that has played together that long, the amount of trust, the relationship that the players have with each other, I think we'll see this tonight. There's going to be silent signals. Mm-hmm. They're going to be able to feed off each other. They're going to trust each other, and the Riders are going to have to figure out what kind of attack the Redskins are going to take. Is it going to be an outside in? Is it going to be a through ball? And they're going to have to take those chances away quick and early.
For sure. And looks like 40 minutes is going to begin. Wapak Redskins here starting off. And Lance, what do you see layout-wise with these teams?
I think traditional right now, I would think, for both. It looks like Riders really started off with 4 up front, and maybe they'll probably try to attack with 5 or 6. Wapak's they're overrun right now, but I think we'll probably see maybe 3-4-3.
Starting off right away. Love the speed of the game, the speed of the Riders with what they're doing. They're moving quickly. Stepping to the ball. Wapak now dropping back. Maintaining pressure, as we said earlier. Inside the box. Wapak now passing the ball down on our side of the field. Kendall Davis, one of our players, I know for a very long time with Wapak Select, I believe. She played with a lot of these girls on the Redskins team.
Yeah, I always like it when the travel players play with other towns and then eventually they get together and have to play against each other. Looks like we've got our first corner coming up here, Howie. That's a quick advantage for the Rough Riders. I think Manker will be taking the corner.
Manker's getting set, looking for a beautiful ball up in the air. Great ball inside the box. Down. Dropping back to Davis. Davis with the shot. Unlucky. Back again. And into the hands of the keeper. We're at minute 38, and there's a scoring opportunity that we definitely saw there.
Yeah, we had a corner kick and a shot on already. Nothing big for the keeper to grab onto, but still that's good pressure down on their end already. First throw into the game taken by the Riders. Davis with the throw in.
Weigel contesting. Ball stays in bounds. Wapak passing up. Couple one touches. Like seeing their overall shape working the ball. Down towards our side of the field. And here's the first offensive attack that we might see here from the Redskins, but intercepted by Jacobs. Walls to Manker. Contested away by the Redskins. Open space, and Jacobs there to clear the ball up. Ball is now on the inside of the box. Love how Turner's maintaining that pressure all the way to the keeper, and we will now be resetting here for the Riders.
Check the replay out here. That's that steal you were talking about, and a big pass. And we can't see it now, but I'm sure Turner was onsides until the hit, and then she goes off the shoulder of the defender. But in that case, the goalie was able to step up and take that chance away. I like it, though, I like the space that they've had so far. And so far, what are we seeing? The ball's down on Wapak's end a lot.
Very much so.
That's what we like to see.
Yes. Manker now with the ball. Manker looking to potentially go to the outside. Contested by 8 of Redskin. Inside to Turner. Turner back to Davis, but taken away. And a potential counter that we might see. Redskins not with the ball anymore, and will lead to a throw in here.
Redskins left that one short. The Riders right now are on the 50-50 balls, Howie.
They are.
When nobody owns it, right now the Riders are taking it, and that's really important. I'm sure that's what Coach Wilson likes to see.
Right now, Wapak has a very calm composure to them as they're passing and making their possession up towards the field. Step, though, by the Riders. Jacobs now with the ball. Over the top. Keeper's coming out, and minor clear out.
Good decision by the keeper, Pullman, for Wapak.
I tell you what, keeper split-second decision of do I stay or do I go?
Yeah, and you really don't want to get to the point where the coach is yelling. It's too late, plus you're letting everybody else on the field know what you're doing. They got to have some instinct there, and she picked the right instinct on that one. Only a yard difference if she had waited back.
Ball in the middle being contested. Manker now with the ball. Beautiful through ball to the inside. Not able to connect. Redskins try and clear to the outside. Manker drop back to across to the inside and into the hands of the keeper.
Very smart, though. I like that play. You know what I really loved about that last run, Howie, is Manker looks up and she sees the freshman Walls. That's a lot to trust a young player like that, but she put her trust in her and put a nice through ball into the foot of Walls.
Jacobs on the left side, trying to pass up to Walls. Not too much power. It gets intercepted. Redskins still working that ball on that far side. And will lead to a Rider throw-in.
Anchorman with the throw-in.
Manker setting the tone. Passing to the inside to Triplett. Triplett trying to connect to Walls. Goes past. Number of Redskins and a Rider. And looks like the Redskins goes out of bounds, which will lead to a throw-in for the Riders.
I think it's Anchorman with the throw-in, but it's a little hard to tell from here.
Manker with a great cross, but deflected, which will lead to the second corner kick for the Riders.
Well, a couple observations. One, the ball hasn't been down here. We're keeping Hertenstein bored. We like to keep our keepers bored. And second corner kick of the day. And that's really great for the Riders to keep that pressure on the Redskins already.
Very much. A lot of great plays that we've been seeing from the Riders. Corner kick is up, hits the ground, and Triplett's going to drop back. Couple options here. Nice ball up top to the right side of the corner, and which will lead to a goal kick now here for the Redskins.
Wish you saw Weigel up there. I really like that. You got to get used to you're going sometimes turf, sometimes grass. That was really good. I think the field's playing a little bit fast right now just because it's dry, but field's in great shape. And both these teams are used to grass at their home field. And they're also used to full-size fields, which sometimes not all the teams have that. So both these teams are used to using that width at Wapak and, of course, here at Rough Rider Field.
Wapak resetting with possession, but deflected and taken away by the Riders.
We don't exactly count possession time here, Howie, but I feel like we've had a lot more than they have so far.
Very much so.
There was another chance there, possible chance for Menker. Keeper comes out, Pullman comes out, knocks that ball out of bounds. Another throw in for the Riders. I would say so far, Howie, we've been in really good control of this game. Let's keep it that way.
Nice job by Jacobs.
I like that. No call. That was all ball. And we got a throw-in coming up for Wapak. I think Preston with the throw-in.
Great step from Jacobs once again. Jacobs working that far side of the field. She has some space, so she's going to continue dribbling. Trying to get a nice cross in. Goes out of bounds, lead to a goal kick. And a slight correction on my end. I called out triplet a couple of times, but forgive me, that was actually 16, Layla Ermshire.
Understandable. There's other triplets in town. They might even wear number 16.
Yeah. Wall's contesting. Wall's looking for options, see if we can drop back, but she's going to continue moving forward. Contested away by the Redskin, and ball will go out of bounds, lead to a Rider throw-in.
Boy, I like that. That's Wall's a freshman up against a senior, Lawrence, from Wapakoneta, and she doesn't back down at all. Checking into the game for the Rough Riders, we've got number 9, Ludicky, and number 29, Anderson, giving a break to Walls and Weigel.
Turner inside the box to Davis. Davis still on the inside of the box and potentially cleared out. Anchorman now, and the ball is cleared out. Wapak now see if they can get some type of possession working up the field. Cleared up. Jacobs back here to contest, clears it out. And Davis making her way. Unlucky touch, and it's going to be out of bounds for a Redskin throw-in.
Boy, just a little bit of a mishandle there, but Howie, that's the first time we've seen the ball even to almost the three-quarter mark down here on our end of the field. Now, the Riders are keeping a lot of pressure, but I think you'll agree, need to see some more shots on goal.
Very much
Maybe
so.
not wait for the perfect one, just fire away and maybe get a deflection.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to look pretty.
Because right now we're definitely in control of possession. We just got to get some shots on the board. I mean, really, we said there was one, and it was more of a collection than a save.
Yeah. Now here's a possible attack here for the Redskins. And just watching their pace, it's been taking some time for the Redskins to get up. I only see a couple players moving up at a time. Now we see some more white on our field, our end of the field. But they have not been pressing as much.
No, that's the first time they've really had more than 4 players across the midfield. And it is interesting you said that, Howie. They're taking a pace of what I would say building an offense, slowly building. I haven't watched them enough to know if that's been successful for them. I mean, their record says so, if that's what they've been doing. Or they might know that they cannot beat the Riders just head-to-head. Scary
ball, unfortunately, hit the ground. We always say, make sure that ball does not hit the ground. Get a foot on it. Get some type of possession to work it out. Because once it hits the ground, who knows where it's going to go next.
So we got our first corner kick coming up for Wapakoneta. Preston's going to take that corner. And we saw Riders had 2 long corners, which is my personal preference. Let's see if Wapak goes to the long corner or a short. They seem to be setting up for the long right now.
St. Mary's marking up. The ball is up in the air. Beautiful ball right inside. Ooh, very scary. We had that was a head. That there was a connection with the ball and a head on the Redskins there. It looked like.
And you even said a moment ago, don't let the ball hit the ground on a corner. Chaos is important. Deflections are important, and get the ball from the air to the ground if you can.
Yeah.
I think that was a good chance for Wapakoneta.
That's
the crazy thing about this game, Howie, and you know this. Doesn't matter how much possession you have. It just takes one of those, and boom. You get one in the back of the net.
Wapak still on our end of the field. Maybe a potential attack for them, but cleared out. Redskins still with the ball now, working past the halfway point. Looking for options, trying to go for a through ball. Does not connect. Jacobs now with the ball as it goes out of bounds. Lead to a Rider throw-in.
Not bad. That gives us a deep throw-in. Got some subs coming in for both teams. Number 10, Kanar coming in for Wapak.
We've got Olivia Halco, Callie McKinley, and Weigel as well coming in here for the Riders. Jacobs with the throw-in. And what's your viewpoint on throw-ins? Do you like to find space when you tell your kids and when you're coaching your kids, or are you trying to throw to a player, to a teammate?
It depends on what side of the field you're on, for sure. Back here, you better find feet. And up front, you could just throw down the line for a leading pass. Up front, there's no offsides on the throw-in, so you can set yourself up in the box around the keeper. What's your thoughts on that, Howie?
Yeah, it's just my big thing, especially when I played, was I'm not going to waste a throw-in, because this is for us to maintain possession still. So making sure I always like finding feet or finding that nice leading ball on the contrary.
Yeah, what we've told our players is that's a free pass. It's an uncontested pass, so make sure you connect with the player. Occasionally, way back here, you're just firing it down the line just to get out of heavy fire. But I like what she did there, threw it to our feet.
Yep.
Because now you got a player off the field. You could be at a disadvantage if you throw it to them. And how many times you see a player throw and stand? They throw and watch instead of throw and go. Now you've actually put yourself down player by doing that.
Yep. The game still continues on. Looks like we just had a shot on goal. Looking for that opportunity, and Bella now with the ball.
Wow, Hertenstein has very sure hands back there. I don't think you can get away with that one, and she was on the back line. I think that probably some films have helped out with that. At number 5, Oberding from Wapakoneta, she's got a cannon. We just saw it.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good, 60-yard.
Very much so,
shot, 55, 60-yard shot she just took. If the keeper's off the back line, I bet she gets that shot in more times than not until they learn the hard way.
Yep.
If you notice that Hertenstein was already heading back as soon as her foot was on the ball. That's a sneak attack. I mean, if you can do it, you do it, especially if the keeper's up.
Yeah, that's an offensive threat right there. Redskins, once again, I do admire their possession when they are working the possession in the halfway field. They're not going down the field so much, so they're working side to side. Moving up as a group, it almost looks like.
Yeah, it's a very calm approach. So checking back into the game for the Riders, we see number 7, Menker, the freshman number 10, Walls, and then Liette checking into the game for the first time tonight, number 15. I like what Coach Wilson does with the subs. He has a plan, and of course that plan has to change depending on what the other team does. But he's made good movements in a big field like this. Fresh legs can really run that other team down a little bit.
Completely agree, and it's nice we have the personnel to do that as well.
We got the depth, to do that. Looks like last touch on that one was Wapakoneta.
McKinley taking the throw. Unlucky touch by Soph Manker. Leads to Wapak now with the ball. And here's 5 once again. What's her name?
Oberding, senior.
And the beautiful ball up through the top. Hertenstein coming out. Whoo! Hertenstein came out, but 12 from the Redskins maintained that pressure. Avery Scheiplein. A little bit of a sketchy situation that we did just see there.
Yeah, that foot of – here we go with the foot of Oberding. She said powerful, and now we see accuracy on top of that. That's a double threat. She's probably fast with the triple threat, but Hertenstein saw that, but there wasn't a lot of space left there, Howie.
No, she was completely out on the box. Very minimal space to go. Halco. Deflected. Jacobs now able to clear it out.
There's a good example of a 50-50 ball. The freshman Walls, she wants it and takes it away. Gives no chance for Wapak to just set that one down on our keeper.
Dropping back to Walls. Walls with 2 Redskins over top and taken away.
I see we have a really nice adjustment on the backside. We're picking up players. I don't hear coaches screaming, man up or body up. we're finding those backside players. Those players get in your mirror there, and especially on a side attack like that. So how we've seen the through ball from Wapak. We haven't seen a lot of the outside in yet from them. Seems like so far their through ball attack is their preferred. Here's another example. They're going to try to get one through. I think our attacks are a little more creative than that.
Yep.
We go middle when we need to, but we go outside in when they give us that opportunity.
Yeah, and just outside in, just that offensive attack pulls players in certain directions, leads to better opportunities.
Creates space. I like the idea of turning everything into a corner kick because corner kicks are terrifying, right?
Yep.
And so far, Wapak has not done that. Through ball's been their thing, so I guess we'll see if they adjust because getting past the Riders' defenders is very difficult to do. A straight-on attack against the Riders' defenders is not impossible, but you're making it very difficult.
Yep.
Would you say Wapak's definitely picked up the pace here in the last couple minutes compared to the first 2 minutes of the game?
I would say right now they are definitely picking up the pace. They had 2 opportunities of a goal. Yeah.
The possession,
the
possession time has changed for sure. And some of it is just the lineup that you've got, right? The lineup versus their lineup. How you've played it, you've coached it. There's no timeouts. So Coach Wilson and his staff, they have to adjust kind of on the fly here.
They do.
And if they don't like what they see, they can't just stop and change it. You got to change it in a dynamic way.
Yep. Talking about that third threat that Alberding might have.
Speed.
You should see her throw-ins if you didn't see her throw-in.
Okay, make it a fourth.
Yeah.
She's going to be like a baseball player with 5 tools. One more thing, and she's got them all. Boy, that was a nice run. Great idea to Liette. Just goes off the side of the field. As we were saying, Rough Rider Field, I would consider it a full-size field, 110 yards long, 60 yards wide, and it's crowned, to me, perfectly. That ball there, many fields, that just goes right off. I mean, there's one just a little bit north of here. I won't mention the name. Starts with an E, ends in an A, and a ball like that's impossible on that field. It'll be halfway on the track. Where here, these ladies know it, and Wapak has a similar field. We're saying they can play that sideline pass with precision.
Once again, ball coming up through the top. Triplet there to contest. And goes out of bounds, would lead to a St. Mary's throw-in.
And we got some riders checking back into the field. Now I see number 5, Anchorman, coming back in. Number 26 returning to the game, Turner. And 17 come back in, Davis. And I feel like I'm missing one, 16, Ermshire.
Yep.
Returning to the game.
And then 16 on the Redskins, which is Sophia Knife.
Seeing action for the first time, I think, from Knife. And that was Jacobs with the throw-in.
Big touch. Nice job by Jillian Jacobs.
Second time we see that. Jacobs meets ball. Ball meets player. Player hits ground. Sometimes the fans don't like that. They want to call, but Jacobs has timed it perfectly. And the strength on that young lady to put her foot on the ball, and the other player hits the deck.
Yeah, and she stays completely there. Clean ball.
I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about some other calls if there a couple things we haven't seen yet. Really great discipline on attacks. No offsides either way.
Yeah.
Very quiet whistles, slow whistles, which we like that in soccer. Take a moment, assess whether it's really a foul and if it created an advantage or not. There may be a foul with no advantage, and you just keep the whistle quiet.
Yep.
Well, what do you see here, Howie?
Shot up to the left, lead to a goal kick. Right idea, though, by the Riders.
I like it. I think we were saying, and maybe during a break, the Riders said that as well, that take your shots, take some shots. Maybe the keeper coughs a couple up and we run them down.
Looks like 18 checking in here for the Redskins. Jordan Kendig.
Now, so far, we haven't seen a lot of hot shots on Pullman, but we don't know yet if she's got very sure hands. We know Hertenstein does. You put it anywhere near her paws, she grabs it up and usually doesn't double bat it, but we don't know if Pullman's going to knock him down. And good thing we see about our attacks, our ladies, they will go right on top of the keeper on a shot. I think we just need to take some more shots.
Yep, 100%.
And I'm sure as the players are coming off the field, that's what I'm sure Coach Wilson's telling them. Don't wait for perfection. Take a shot, see what happens.
Throw in here for the Redskins.
Alt with the throw-in. Alt again. Coming up with the throw-in. Ball girls are doing a great job tonight keeping the action going.
Once again, the only attack that we've been seeing by the Redskins, trying to get that ball up in the air, through ball.
I think I'd say against the defenses they've been playing against, that's worked.
It's probably been successful, yeah.
Last touch off the Redskins there. Davis has got a throw-in coming up. Before the throw-in, checking back in for the Riders, number 38, Weigel, returning to the game. And I see Jacobs with the throw-in. Here's what you're talking about, Howie. Let's see what she does. Right to the feet of Menker.
I love that. No waste. Menker with the ball.
And if you see Menker, aren't you taking the ball to her? Because the chance of somebody taking it away is slim.
Very slim.
Weigel had a nice seal there. May have been easy to see that on the camera. She put her body up against the other player and let that ball go through a little bit.
Turner making a connection to Weigel. Weigel trying to sneak the ball on the inside back to Turner inside of the box. Love how Anchorman's putting that pressure, but the keeper did get there. Let's see what this punt is like.
That's pretty strong. I mean, we said we've got a full-size field here, and she put it almost to the center circle, so that's pretty good. A lot of times if you go any farther than that, you're just putting it into a defender's feet anyway.
Yeah.
That's an easy 50-50 ball for the defense.
Beautiful through ball up to Anchorman. Some connection there, and what's it going to be?
Close to a
throw-in.
It must have been. It had to be less than a ball width for a throw-in versus the corner. Nice seal by Anchorman to let that ball roll out for another throw-in for Anchorman.
Anchor getting a lot of pressure by the Redskins, dropping back to Jacobs. Taken away, and here's a potential counter that we might see by the Redskins.
See the patience. Look at them waiting, and the mids are coming. It just takes a little bit. Here, this might be that outside in that we were talking about. And if it doesn't go through, Howie, a lot of times that outside in turns into what we're going to see here, and that's into a corner kick. Second corner kick coming up for the Redskins. Looks like they want to change their lineup, which I could see that.
Got Olberding coming right back in, number 5, and then Aubrey Pranger checking in for the Redskins as well.
And Howie, if you don't have the height on the field during a corner and you get the opportunity to sub, you're going to send your tallest players because you said it. You want that first shot off the highest head you can get. Looks like a long corner again.
Beautiful ball through the middle.
And
hit the crossbar. Still ball's in the ground, and nice job. Looks like by Kendall Davis getting a clear out. Once again, that's their second corner, and that was another sketchy corner.
Wow, I have not seen that very often, Howie, where it just nips the top bar, the crossbar, and Hertenstein had her hands up there. Really couldn't touch it because you're not going to wait for that deflection. Yeah. Fortunately, it got out of there.
There's
that
the
throw-in that you were talking about.
That's a threat right into the middle of the box.
Wow, and no offsides on that, so you can set up on the keeper. That's something to watch for. I'm assuming anytime they're down on this end, Oberding's going to take that throw. She's also a threat in the middle, so somebody else is going to have to pick up.
Ball up through the top. Bella coming out. She's going to maintain out. She's going to try and clear that ball up, but this is a little scary because she was up in the air. Connection from her own teammate as she was deflecting that ball, but luckily we were able to get it out. We will now check the replay.
I think we need to watch on the replay. Hertenstein makes a great decision, knees it, and then punts it, but unfortunately,
no power.
Here's a smart player, takes a shot right away. Hertenstein back, and then a massive collision with her own teammate. Another throw-in for Oberding that looks like a corner because of the strength of that player. Working right at the end line, and we finally get a whistle for a goal kick. You know, at this point, attacks like that, Howie, what do? You just want that ball out of bounds or a goal kick.
Let everybody reset.
And do a little reset. So checking in for the Rough Riders, number 29, Anderson, and number 31, Fischbach, entering into the game tonight. Okay, that was enough of that. After the first 5 minutes, it was all on their end, and the last few minutes has all been down here. Hertenstein did an excellent job of reading the attack, came out and dropped that ball with her knees. I'm sure she would have liked to punt it to the midline. It just didn't get there. And Walpock's mids were waiting. And that, I didn't catch who shot that from Wapak. Very experienced player, knew where the keeper was, took the shot right away because she knew Hertenstein wasn't on the line.
Very high soccer IQ, and was going to take that shot. Turner now with the ball. Turner making a connection to Davis. Davis going towards the inside to Weigel. Weigel wanted that shot off and goes to the right side of the post.
I like it. There's another example we're seeing, Howie, I think, compared to the first few minutes, that when you get the shot, not perfect, just take it. Weigel took a tough one there. That over the shoulder, over the right shoulder for a righty is really tough to hit. She's got the foot skills and experience, so she put some good speed on the ball, just wide of the frame a little bit.
Looks like we'll have a throw in here for the Redskins.
Yeah, just slightly mishandled ball, not by a lot, but it's okay. A deep throw-in's okay. You can defend this pretty easily. Here's a good example of free pass. Take it. Make sure it's you connect on that one. Pass percentage should be really high on a throw-in. A little mishandle there by the Redskins turns into a throw-in for the Riders.
So what I'm trying to figure out right now by the Redskins is their possession in the middle of the field is I would say it's very calm. They got good possession working. But once they get past into our half, they automatically send the ball up through the top. And there's been a couple of scoring opportunities, but like what you said earlier, you're not really going to get that past our defense.
Not typically you wouldn't. See this ball safely to the side of the frame. Every time Oberding gets a throw in, Wapak has a chance. Something happens because it's so strong and so far that it just spreads out the defense very quickly. I wonder how many assists she's had off of a throw-in this year.
Yeah.
Out of their 28 goals, that's probably some.
Number 30 coming in here for the Redskins.
Yeah, I think
Gianna
checking in.
Stas.
Seeing action for the first time for the Redskins tonight.
Anchorman, unlucky touch. Ball was still kind of bouncing around, goes out of bounds.
Guess who's throwing it in? Now from here, she can't put it in the net, but we're going to have to get some spacing here because she's going to throw the thing 30 yards. I think she went to the Nathan Wilker School of Throw-ins.
She might have. So, and from that throw-in, that ball automatically hit the ground. Led to some chaos, some confusion. Now we're able to get the ball potentially to the other side of the field.
It was a great move for Weigel. Gives her mids and forwards a little bit of a chance to get up there. And here's a long through ball.
Beautiful ball up to Turner. Turner taking that shot. It was high and to the right. And that was a Wapak play right there that you might say.
Yeah, a big long ball and then a quick shot.
As you can see, Kendall Davis, here's the long ball over the defenders. Beautiful connection to Turner when she takes that shot. Just goes to the right side.
Up to that goal kick, we had some players check back in. Halko was back in the game, and Walls and Menker re-entered the game for the Riders.
Menker now with the ball. Trying to make connection to Anchorman. Cleared out, though, by the Redskins. Jacobs passing to Halko. Yep, I hope that they can utilize all ends of the field with possession. Unlucky touch by Davis. Jacobs there to contest. And Redskins still here with the ball, working this near side of the field.
I like that. That's an experienced player, junior Kendall Davis. She'd seen enough. Get the ball out of bounds and reset. We got to check in for the Redskins at 21 Kiefer back into the game for the Redskins. And we got to throw in Redskins coming up.
There she is, and the throw-in's off.
Right into the box.
Big old cannon in the box, and ball's up in the air. And Hertenstein will let that go out, lead to a goal kick.
I'd say Oberding's thrown for about 200 yards already in this first half.
She has.
I don't know what her plans are on Friday night, but somebody should be talking to her about 500 yards on a Friday night.
Yeah.
We saw that this week, Howie, with the Riders men's team. The goalie must have kicked the ball for 1,000 yards.
Are you serious? See, I wasn't there at the game.
Every goal kick, he took every goal kick, he took every punt, he took the penalty, he took the direct kicks off of penalties.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean this guy. His right leg had to be twice as big as the left by the time he left the field. So
you're talking about the Salina game, correct?
No, Wapak.
The Wapak game. Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't have. The guy was under heavy fire the whole night. We probably put 30 shots on goal on him. If it wasn't for him, we'd have scored 10. The kid was amazing. But, he had as many kicking yards as Oberding has throwing yards.
Here's Beautiful throw in to the middle of the box, and nice job. Davis is there to contest. Leads to a corner kick, though.
See that deep in the box, and you it's hard to get it out of there. You end up with a corner kick. So we got Preston, number 17 for Wapak, heading up for the corner. You know, their long corners have worked for them. I assume they're going to stick with it.
And how many feet away would you say that this ball has consistently been with a corner kick from the
oh
from
my
the
goodness,
goal?
a yard.
I mean, look at that.
A yard.
It's right back there again. It's beautiful placement, but wonderful job by Hertenstein, able to get her hands on that, and the punt is now up.
That's the third time that it's been within a yard, and one time, as you remember, it nicked the crossbar. Can't get any closer than that without going in. And fortunately, as we said, Hertenstein's hands are very sure-handed. Her team trusts what she's going to do. She doesn't bat it down much. And fortunately, she's taller than the other players out there. She can get her hands up before somebody can get a head on it.
Nice job by Maker maintaining the pressure. Cleared out, though, by the Redskins. Anderson there to contest.
So under 8 minutes left in the first half here, and it's been all about possession, Howie, for both teams. Not a lot of hard shots on goal, no big saves, several corners, lots of throw-ins, but lots of possession for both teams. And calm possession.
It's been a very calm game that we've been seeing. Do you know, is Jillian Jacobs a lefty?
You know,
I'm trying to think
last time I said what a player was, I was wrong. I had a 50-50 chance, and some of these players I can't tell because they're so strong with both feet.
I just saw her use her left foot, and I've seen her use her right foot too. Man, bravo to Jillian Jacobs clearing that ball up.
Yeah, you hear a little reaction from the crowd there. Maybe they didn't like that, but it was direction of the ball contact, no advantage, so no call.
Making sure we get somebody to step from Alberding, and we were able to get the ball cleared out. Now we have Maker with the ball, but Maker doesn't have really any options right now.
She's waiting patiently to see. Remember I was talking about those nonverbals? These players can communicate with each other. I think we have our first penalty of the game.
There it is.
Yeah, I think we drew the foul there, and that'll be a direct kick off the foul.
Speaking of a direct kick, did you see Noah White's direct against Salina?
Oh, I was there.
That was – so I wasn't there for that game, but the boys the next day at school, they were like, dude, you got to see this. And I saw that. I was like, that was beautiful.
Yeah, we needed it badly too, yeah. That looked close to a handling call, very close. The referee might have determined the hand was in a natural position. Didn't look like it to me, but here's Oberding with the throw-in. Yeah, he threaded the needle, and the keeper will give you a shot on that. And then take it away, right? Because you can't cover the whole 24 feet. So you set up a wall, and then you give us a hole for the player to kick it through. And White kicked it through the hole that the keeper gave him. He just couldn't get to it.
It was powerful. Yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I think they had to sew the net up after that. See the patience of Manker. She seals it off and waits. She could only wait so long. Checking back in for Wapak, we've got number 8, Mueller. And number 12 coming in, Scheiplein.
Looks like 38 Weigel for the Riders and 16 Ermshire.
It's been a steady stream of check-ins. Certainly Coach Wilson has checked more at a time than Wapak has, but he may have that lineup. As you said, we go deep and maybe we can run them a little bit.
Nice job by Davis stepping. Davis still with the ball, working that right side of the field. Clears it to the, kicks it to the inside and deflected. Anchorman looking for a potential drop. Making connection to Ermshire. Ermshire potentially dropping back to Jacobs. Jacobs working up the sideline. Cross to the inside or shot on goal and goes on the left side of the post.
Great idea. We had 3 riders there and really 2 defenders. And Weigel kind of got in the rearview mirror there. And then one of the defenders from Wapak had to make a choice. You can only cover 2 with 2, right? So had to break off. Somebody just came in there for Wapak.
10, Kristen Kanar.
Yeah, Kanar back in to the lineup for the Redskins. Under 5 minutes in the first half. And it's been very even as far as corners. I think Wapak's had a couple more than we have. Shots on goal have been very similar and no major saves for the keepers yet. Patience for Manker is really good. Her experience and her ability to use her foot skills and hold off a player or 2 or 3 sometimes. I don't think Manker ever sees a ball without at least 2 players on her.
Yep. Double team all the time. There's somebody on her nonstop.
Reminds me of free wall last year.
Yep.
Anything less than 2, and it was a shot on.
Turner still with the ball, working the outside. It's a Weigel.
Good work. Nothing wrong with that. Now you get to set up a little bit of an offense on the throw-in. Weigel's taking the throw-in.
Making connection to Ermshire. Ermshire goes for a ground pass to the inside, deflected out though. And Davis is there to contest. I always love watching her play. Passing out to Jacobs. Jacobs, ball up top, through the middle. Manker still working that ball. Unlucky though. And it's deflected though. Manker still wants it. Manker's going to go potentially trying to the inside, but taken away, and will lead to a throw-in here for the Redskins.
Well done down there when the Redskins thought they were taking it out of the hot zone, and then Manker kept it right in there.
Knife checking back in here for the Redskins. Throw-in happening, making connection to Knife.
That's a deep throw, and I like that. They don't have a lot of options, and nice. Centered it up for us. I like that. Keeping it hot in the goalie's box here. And Riders are still keeping the pressure on.
They are. To Turner, I love utilizing the outside. It was in to out. And I tell you what, Anchorman saw that, and she put the ball up in the air looking for an opportunity.
I like it. I mean, Pullman's tall. We haven't seen her really have to get up off the ground yet. She's pretty tall, big wingspan, but that ball could have been up in that upper 90 right-hand side. I mean, that's just a couple of yards off. And
that is.
Really, Pullman can't get there. You can't cover that much. What Ballpark's got to do is prevent that from even happening.
And what I loved about that play was that Turner, instead of turning to go in towards the goal, utilizing the outside once again, that led to that opportunity.
That's a great point, Howie. Younger ages, you will not see that. They just start trying to kick the ball through a wall of players. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a deflection off of Redskins and a throw-in from Davis right down the line. Davis again. Coming up on 1 minute in the first half. Again, very calm approach from the Lady Redskins.
And once again, I just observed 5 connecting passes to a ball over the top.
Yeah.
That's just been the consistent
it's almost
play.
Like they're counting them.
It's been the consistent play of the Redskins right now.
I mean, they're like the Hoosiers of soccer, right? I want 5 passes before you put it over the top. Oberding with the throw-in on the near side.
I love how senior Jacobs is calling out commands there inside the box.
Yeah, we get some nonverbals and then some verbals in that case. And Redskins are going to end up with another chance at a corner kick, and it's going to be Preston with the corner.
Got 40 seconds.
I guess it's going to be within a yard of the frame. Hertenstein is directing her players on where to be.
Hertenstein needs to turn around.
That helps in a missed corner.
That does.
Yeah, that helps. That's a missed opportunity. 30 seconds left in the first half for Wapak. That was the first one they missed, Howie. Yeah. But you know what? They're putting a yard off the bar. If you're going to play it that way, you are going to miss some occasionally.
Yeah, and with the pressure of the time just running down, that's going to eat at you. Turner.
Coming up on 10 seconds.
Weigel contesting. Wapak still with the ball, 10 seconds remaining, and down the sideline, and nice job by Jacobs just getting that ball out. And that will conclude the very first half of tonight's contest. Well, Lance, what are we thinking? What are we seeing out here?
Well, we saw in the very beginning of the first half the ball was down on the Redskins side, keeping great pressure on them, but not a lot of shots on goal. And then we saw Wapak got a little more energy, changed their attack a little bit, and we saw that multi-pass, precision attack, and then a through ball or ball over the middle. But the 2 ways that Wapak is appearing the most successful has been Oberding throw-ins and corner kicks.
Yep, very much so.
Not a lot of mistakes for either team, fortunately. We had a couple of close calls there. Hertenstein came out, probably needed to, right?
Yep.
A little farther than you want to, and then didn't get the ball as far away. And we talked about before, Redskins saw that opportunity with Hertenstein off the back line, tried to pop one over the back, and Hertenstein came out or hustled back and then collided with her own player but got that ball out of there. I wouldn't even call any of those mistakes.
No.
But the thought here is, at this even of a match, whoever makes a mistake might pay for it dearly first.
So my main theme of the first half is discipline. That's what we've been seeing. That's what I'm seeing, and let's see what happens in the second half.
From both teams, yeah. I think we need to thank some sponsors if we have a list of them. Somebody's probably got a list of sponsors, but we'll find it here. And
we'll come back to you.
Thank them.
Yeah, we'll come back to here in a second.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
And welcome back to the Rider Nation Station broadcast. Before we begin with this second half, I would like to give a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors who make all of our events happen. Ace Cuts, Albert Sporting Goods, All Glaze Equipment Rental, B-Dubs, Capabilities, Salina Cycle Center, Eagle Loan, Eagles Lodge 767, FCA, Fowler's TV, Freedom Marketing, Grand Lake Roofing, Guarneri's Pizzeria, JT's Brew and Grill, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, MHS Alumni Association, Miller Funeral Home, Minster Bank, Neck and Back Pain Center, Plus One Professional Realty, Rider Rooters, Roots Pub, St. Mary's Foundry, Sean Barnett Electrical, Spees Chiropractic, Spring Street Storage, TSC, and Varsity Lanes. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors.
Wow. Howie, we're going to have to get you a little oxygen working through that list. That list has gotten longer and longer every year. How nice is that? We couldn't do what we do if those sponsors didn't do what they do. So anybody listening, make sure you frequent those sponsors when you can.
All right, and we have begun with our second half. Well, Lance, what do you think? Different gameplay, or do you think the Riders and Redskins are going to continue what they've been doing from the first half?
That's a great question. I think both coaches have probably said, play the way you've been playing, take some more shots on. I'm sure that the coach Preston for Wapak is going to say, put some shots low on Hertenstein, see how she reacts.
That's a great point.
I think for the, I'm sure Nick Wilson and his assistant, his staff has probably told the Lady Riders, I want hot shots on Pullman. Let's see how good her hands are. And she's tall, right? So probably keep the ball low.
All right, looks like we'll have a throw in here for the Riders. Riders going quickly, make connection to walls. And I think we're going to get a hand call.
Second penalty of the game. Very, very slow whistles tonight, which we like to see that. If it was a handball, it should be an indirect, which really doesn't matter from back here anyway. But so we've definitely seen Wapak ahead on the corner kicks. One of the things I'm sure that Coach Wilson and his staff said during halftime, let's get the ball deep into the goalie's box and see if we can get some over the end line. Let's give ourselves some corners. We've only had one. Mm-hmm. Let's get a few more in the second half. We've got tall players, athletic players. Let's put some pressure on the keeper with some corner kicks.
Yeah, we're only 2 minutes in, but just kind of looking at the gameplay right now, I've seen a lot of the ball just going straight out of bounds and a lot of power. Right now, I'm not making too many connections to another teammate's foot.
A little bit of just back and forth ball. Yeah. And what's the other thing you notice, Howie? This is how the game started, too. 75% of the field, nobody's on right now.
Uh-huh. You're right.
And we know both teams have strong throw-ins, strong legs, and can move the ball really far side to side. And right now, they're in one quarter of the field.
They are.
I'm not hearing the coaches scream shape or anything like that, like you might expect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's possible attack that we have right now from the Redskins. Olberding trying to work her foot skills, but taken away by, it looks like, Jacobs.
Yeah, we do not want to see Olberding with an open shot within 30, 40 yards of our net.
Okay, Wapak having some pretty nice possession, working up now on that left side of the field. Goes out of bounds. And looks like we'll have a goal kick here for the Riders.
And we got a check-in, early check-in in the second half. Ludicky coming into the game. That could be maybe somebody showing maybe an injury or just strategy from Coach Wilson and his staff. We did talk about the ball girls earlier, how they're doing a great job keeping the game action going. And you mentioned it, there's been a lot out of bounds anyway, so they've got to get that ball quickly to the throw-in. There's an example right there. We've got the ball girls tonight are Callie Hughes, Presley Anderson, Layla Baker, and Eliana Hainig doing a great job keeping the action going, awesome, defending those sidelines for us.
Thank you, ball girls. Kendall Davis working that ball against, what's her name again? Olberding.
Pops one up.
Nice job.
Not a bad idea.
Yep.
The height and hands of Hertenstein, you're not going to get that past her, but good idea. A little bit of that might have been a little frustration from Olberding. Because who was that giving her a heck of a time? Jacobs was. And a lot of physical play there. Some far side action,
So
centering it up to Menker.
Trying to go over the top to Turner.
Good idea. That's that mistake we're waiting on.
Okay, we're getting some physicality seen from the Redskins. Here's a potential attack that we might see. Instead of utilizing the space that 8 for Wapak, Mahler had, tries to go in towards the inside.
Yeah, that worked out good for us that she kind of dove in with the ball. I don't know. I mean, that's an attack we haven't really seen much from them. It didn't work out in anything, fortunately. So some midfield play here by both both teams. A little bit of just kind of kicking the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Howie, I got to correct something I said in the first half.
Yeah.
That keeper was for Defiance. The men have not played Wapak yet. That'll be coming up this coming Monday. It was Defiance's keeper that was under heavy fire and kicked the ball for, 800 yards or something like that.
I see. And our boys won, what was that, 3-0?
Mm-hmm. Yep, correct. And if it wasn't for him, it would have been 10. Because we literally had 30 shots on goal.
Wow. All right, here's Davis here on our near side of the sideline to the inside. And it's going to be...
Wapak seen enough. That's an example where they don't like their shape. They've seen enough of the attack, kick it out of bounds, and force the Riders for a throw-in.
I love the energy right now, but right now I'm not seeing enough possession working that ball. Here's Menker potentially setting up something, working some foot skills. Nice job passing out to Davis, and Davis crossing the ball in towards the inside. And right now, Wapak just wants to get that ball out.
They put them on their heels. I love that.
That was a great attack there by the Riders.
Beautiful.
For that sequence.
Inside, outside, and then turn it into what really turns out to be like a corner kick. Mm-hmm. The main thing there is everybody has to stay on sides. And we have yet to see an offside call yet. We may have a pause here for an injury, and the referees are going to ask for the clock to stop on that. So they may have seen something happen with a player, I believe. No cards or anything like that, so I'm guessing injury. They'll pause. Wapak's going to send in a replacement. Looks like Kanar coming back in for the Lady Redskins. And on the throw-in, I think they'll restart the clock. You don't see a lot of clock stops. It will towards the end of the game. We can talk about that later when they're kind of required to, in this case, for the injury. We don't do extra time in OHSA ball, so it's best to stop the clock.
Speaking of the refs, though, I appreciate how they have been letting the game play out, though. Nothing too crazy physicality-wise, but they're allowing the game to continue on.
Yeah, we talked about a slow whistle, which I like that. A little bit of contact in middle field a minute ago. Nothing that they deemed was dangerous. And they're an experienced crew. We got Scott Anderson and Sam Evans out there. We've seen them before. We'll see them again. Boy, that was really nice. Met the ball in the air. Didn't give Wapak a chance to get that first touch. And again, that 100% free pass on the throw-in, taking advantage of it.
Okay, Anchorman going to the inside, trying to connect to Weigel. Goes behind her, and that deflects off Redskin, which will lead to a corner kick.
I like it a lot.
Scoring opportunity.
I like it a lot. I'm guessing Coach Wilson and his staff talked about that. We talked about it as well. Look at the replay.
Anchorman with the ball up.
Just a little deep for Weigel, but creates a mistake and a corner kick, and here's the corner. It's off.
Connection almost to Turner. Ball still in the middle of the box and cleared out by the Redskins. Jacobs now will be resetting.
That's the important thing about soccer. You got to celebrate every little thing. Corner kick, celebrate that. For Wapak just now, killing the corner, celebrate it. The next throw-in, celebrate that. That's the parts of soccer that a lot of times we miss. If you're just looking for goals, you're missing so much of the game. And we have win after win right here that the Riders have had.
Love it.
Little wins at a time will turn into a big win later.
Chain reaction right there.
Good example, 50-50 ball.
We're going to have a call there.
Maybe a dangerous, maybe a dangerous play. You can kick high, but you just can't do it if there's another player that close. We're looking at it on the replay here, so we see.
Oops, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's
Ball
right,
in the box, and smart play by the Riders, just getting it.
I can't say
out
enough
of
about our
bounds.
camera crew, Howie. Like every other night, these guys are on it. We got Carter Fisher and Rhett Chisholm up here with us, and then Doug Spencer running around somewhere. And, of course, our technical director, Logan Yelton, doing a great job as always.
Looks like we got a throw in. Big old throw in inside the box. Nice head by Jacob, still going. Potential goal, but it goes just on the left side of the post.
Wow.
A lot of action in there. Started
We
out.
got the replay here. Oberdan, of course, throws the ball a good 30 yards at least.
There's
And
Jacobs
then
with
a header
the header.
to a header. And watch what happens to Hertenstein. She gets knocked aside. It's all part of the chaos, right? She gets knocked aside, and that ball goes just wide of the frame. That's that chaos that a corner kick can create. But Oberding, she can create it on a throw-in.
Does it with the throw-in. Overding once again with the ball, trying to cross to the inside, but deflected away by Manker. Leads to a corner kick now here for the Redskins.
You cannot control who throws the ball in. There's no way to keep it away. She can run all the way across the field and throw it in. The best thing for the Riders to do, when she's on the field, don't let it go out.
Don't let it go out.
Which is really hard to do. Corner kick coming up
All right.
here.
See the placement
It's
here.
taken by Preston again.
Beautiful ball right in the middle. Nice head by, looked like Turner.
Beautiful. Got her head to that ball first before Hertenstein even had to worry about it. Another great corner, though, Howie. I mean, really, that time was maybe 50% out of the smaller box.
See if the Riders can control ourselves just a little bit, getting that ball to the other end of the field here. Right now, quick pace, little anxious feel, but Manker now with the ball. See what Manker tries to do. Up and over.
Nice ball. Turner, she's going to take away that 50-50 that we talked about. Looked like a deflection off of Wapak, but the referee's closer than we are. Plus, I always want the calls to go our way.
Passing to the inside for Wapak. Let's see if they utilize all ends of the field. I love how Kendall Davis is maintaining that pressure at all times, though. Anchorman trying to connect to Turner. Does not happen. Pass to the outside. Now on the inside, working in towards the middle of the box. Potential attack. Cleared away. Looks like we'll have a throw in here for the Redskins.
That's a good example. Get the ball out of bounds and reset. We got 21 coming in for Wapak, Kiefer.
Looks like we got 15 for the Riders. Liette, 29 Anderson, and 31 Fishbaugh. Big throw-in. Goes out of bounds, lead to a goal kick here for the Riders.
Maybe one of the rare occasions, but that ball went a long ways. that was basically a corner kick.
Throw-in leading to a goal kick because it didn't touch anybody. That's nuts right there.
Now, can you throw a corner straight into the net, or is a corner indirect?
Ooh.
I know. Great trivia question. We'll come back to that one.
Ooh.
There is no offsides on a throw-in. We know that. But can you put it direct into the net? Now, we know a corner kick. The answer is yes. That is a direct. You can put it in there.
But can I answer it?
You go for it, yeah.
The answer is yes, right?
I don't know. It might have to hit somebody. We need Coach Ring up here. Oh. He may not know the answer, but he'll know what he wants it to be.
Yep, exactly. Shout out to you, Dave Ring. All right. Good step by Claire Turner. Ball is cleared out now by the Riders. Riders putting some putting some pressure on, excuse me. Kendall Davis contesting Oberding. Taken away. No stabbing.
Yeah, right. You do not want to dive in on the players right now when they're moving like that.
Yeah, right now, quick speed there by the Redskins. Nice job by Anderson. Anderson's contesting.
Good work. Lots of physicality there for both players.
And nice job by Jacobs getting the
clear out.
Ball out of there.
Howie, you mentioned you watch the jabbing and stabbing. We don't want to dive into a ball after this throw-in. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. How a defender can handle herself against a very good player coming at her. Olberding with the throw-in deep into Riders' territory. Jacobs, like a surgeon, sets it right on the line. Turner takes it away.
Turner with the ball, one on, stop, and deflected, though, back to Redskins ball. Through the middle, and that's a through ball we don't want to see, but nice job by Triplett. Triplett's able to get there, and that's all ball right there.
Wow, again, with a Rider player just playing strong and tough. And I think everybody's kind of looking for an offsides there, but the referee was right on it. And now we got a throw-in coming up for the Rough Riders. So how we talk about that defense a little bit. You played back a lot, and your coaches taught you this from a young age. Don't dive in. That gives a player a chance to go by you. But what's the other one? Standing them up. What does that mean, to stand a player up?
Yeah, so the big word we always use is contain. You got to learn how to contain. You can't overcommit. And for me, I was just always watching the hips. I was seeing what direction they were going to be going because they can move side to side all they want, but wherever their hips are kind of leading, and then making sure you're keeping your eye on that ball. And also, never let a player do the same thing twice on you. Learn quickly.
That's good advice.
All right, because some people I would play, they would try and pull the same thing. I'm like, it's not going to happen.
Do it one time.
Yep, you can do it the one time on me, but the second time, no.
During that break, I think we had number 4, Halco, return to the game, 5 Anchorman, 7 Menker, and 10 Walls back into the game for the Rough Riders.
And also as a defender, you want to shift that attacker into the direction that you want. Because you can actually control that part of the game.
That's a great play. You watch a drop step, right? And you maybe drop step with your right foot to make that player go to your right, especially if you know they're strong to the left.
Yep.
Oberding with a throw in. This one's a little farther, hoping she can't quite reach the goal with that, but she does put it into the box as usual. And a great first touch by Rough Riders.
Okay, here's potential attacking moment. Now we see by the Redskins. Right now, not exactly what we want to see on the defensive side here for the Riders, but coming in for the Redskins, we have 8, Gabby Muller.
Yep, returning to the game. Yeah, that was a little bit scary. I wouldn't say the Riders were out of sorts. It's just it was a really smart play by the Redskins. Occasionally you think they're going to hit a big shot, and they don't do that. Your eyes might be closed, your back's turned, and they just do a nice little pass. And we saw Oberding do that just a second ago. And we got a goal kick coming up here for Hertenstein. Here's another strategy we've talked a little bit about, who takes a goal kick. Keeper, one of the backs, a mid, and I think really we probably all agree, just mixing it up, getting different looks and seeing. That's something that Seth Hertenstein will talk about is sometimes you have your keeper take it, sometimes you have a back take it. I mean, whatever you do, you don't leave the goal unprotected.
You always have somebody's
covering.
Adjusting, yep. Contesting, deflecting. Riders now on the outcome with the ball. One on. Containment from Preston to Olberding. And we're now going to get a call there.
There we go.
Against
Okay.
the Redskins.
Okay. I mean, maybe first penalty against the Redskins there. Referee deemed it a little bit too much contact, dangerous, not direction of the ball. And, there was a push in the back, and then Riders get a direct kick. Not much you can do with a direct kick from back there, but just fine feet. That was very close to a dangerous kick. We just saw that call not long ago. Just a high kick near the player's face.
Looks like we're going to have potentially a second
another
call
one.
there.
Same player will catch us on the Larry Schaff auto sales replay. I don't know why. Maybe a little bit of frustration here, but a little bit too much extra contact. Yeah. Sometimes it's just physics, and in that case, the referee deemed it was a little bit too much. Now we need to pick one of those up, a yard outside the box or inside the box would be really nice. Throw in from Preston.
And just an observation, when you see the ball just up in the air a lot of the times, well, what is your perspective on that? Do you think things can always get accomplished that way, just straight up, down, not a lot of ground play?
I mean, what will you hear many times? I'm sure you've heard it. Get the ball down, drop the ball, get it on the ground, get control of it. Yeah. One time's okay, but 2 or 3 times, where are you going with it? You have no control at that point.
A little consistent right now of that with what we were seeing. Here's a shot on goal. Nice job by Herdenstein. Beautiful hands getting set, stopping that ball.
The sure hands of Herdenstein, as we've always seen, very consistent. And that was a hard shot. She had the advantage of some time to think about it coming at her.
And now the ball is down here on the Wapak end, and Manker maintaining that pressure. Deflected and lead to a goal kick.
Very nice. That's the experienced play of Manker. She could tell that back for Wapak had no chance of rolling that ball over. She's going to give it a hard hit.
Looks like we got some riders checking in. Ludicky, Davis, Weigel, and Ermshire.
And returning to the lineup for the Lady Redskins, number 12, Scheiplein. So both coaches want to see a little different change in the lineup, get some fresh legs out there, and change the matchups a little bit. As we said, mix it up a little bit. Don't do the same thing. You had a great point. Don't let a player do the same thing twice on you. Well, don't do the same thing twice.
Yep.
Try a different goal kick. Try a different attack. Both teams' defenders have been really good.
They have.
Very few mistakes. Very few mistakes.
Very disciplined. Never overcommitting. They're maintaining their posture. And defending quite well.
You know, we were talking, Howie, that there literally has not been an offsides call in this game. And at first I was thinking that's a good thing, good discipline. Now, I don't know. I think that we're missing that chance. Get some offsides calls. See if you can get one where it doesn't get called. Get an inch here, get a shoulder here and there. Sometimes the referees are behind you. Right now, the pace of the game, the referees barely have to move. But get them off a little bit and see what happens. We've only had one that was close, and our technical director, he wanted the offsides. He was asking for it, but the referee had a better angle. So I say get shoulder to shoulder and go offside. See what happens.
That is a great perspective right there, Lance. Thank you for pointing that out. I like that.
I guess I don't know why there haven't been any yet, because neither team has really tried. And I've never heard of that as a technique. You try not to be offsides, but I mean, I've seen games where it was 5 in a row, and you're like, okay, defense is really got us.
They got that firm line. Looks like I got a throw in.
Yeah, it's a great spot for a throw in. This is one of those you want 100% accurate pass. And we might get a corner here.
That's what we need, what we want.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we got a corner coming up. I think, is that Turner?
Yep, looks like Turner.
Down here in the close corner. I'm sure our camera crew, as good as they are right on that one, could see that ball just an inch north of the flag.
I love watching our positioning right now. Not the kick that we needed, that we wanted, but we're going to make an opportunity.
She wanted that, but it's going to turn out to be really great, I think. I like that it stayed in here.
And right when that happened, I was going to talk about Jacobs and her positioning. She can just read the ball so well. She stepped up to the right spot. And that led to, once again, the ball getting inside the box.
We had a great view of it right on top of it, too. You couldn't have a better view than where we were sitting to watch what she did, the movement of her body, and then the way she kicked the ball. And she's putting a little English on it, right?
Yeah. All right, nice job by, looks like Preston, passing up to 12, which is Scheiplein. Like the possession that we're seeing, and possession leads to over the top for the Redskins and taken away by the Riders.
Nice. Good see that pass where she dropped it down very quickly. That's experienced player Ermshire. Don't let it bounce around. Drop it down, get it to your feet, and get control of it. Coming up on 17 minutes left in the half, Howie, and not a lot of shots on goal. Definitely would like to see some more, and maybe the Riders turn this run into something exciting for us.
Attack here by Jacobs.
Threaded the needle.
Turner. Just not a lot of options that I'm seeing from black to black jersey to black jersey. Looks like we got a throw in here for the Riders.
Good spot for the throw in into the foot of Manker. A lot of physical nature down there. We saw that again, and that's all right as long as it's safe. And now we got Manker with the throw in deep in Redskin territory.
Head by Turner. Ball still bouncing up and down. Turner's there to contest again. See what we can do here with this potential attack, but a swarm of white and a potential counter that we might not want to see. Ermshire through the middle. Step up, though, by the Redskins. A lot of back and forth right now. Here's Davis. Davis wants it. Nice chip ball over the top. Good ball. All right. Wapak back with the ball. Over the top, trying to contest with Triplet. Triplet, nice job. Just kind of a one-on-one situation, trying to get the ball out. She wants it. We're going to have some big connections there. And looks like we don't have a call there. Now the ref's walking over.
Let's see what we got here. I mean, certainly it was a lot of contact.
That was
direction of ball
contact.
For sure. You'll see it here on the replay.
Here's Triplet. Triplet's going to kind of go from
coming in
back
hot,
there.
And the Wapak player tries to kind of put on the brakes, uses a foot move, and Triplet just keeps going right through her. Great job by our camera crew catching that again. I don't know what these guys are getting paid, but I'm sure they should probably get a raise. Look at that. Perfect on the ball action. Now this is going to be it's a penalty, Howie, so we got a direct kick coming up, which means the player can put it directly into the net without it touching anybody else. Probably Preston with this kick, I think. It seems like she's done most of the game starts. And now the referee's going to pace that off. He wants 10 yards. And the players will sometimes squeeze that down a little bit. And referee calls for the game restart.
Up, taking a shot directly on the frame, deflected away. Davis trying to clear that ball out, just not enough power there. Still in the middle of the box. A lot of movement.
A lot of contact, a lot of movement, and now gets a foot on the ball the way she wanted. I think Davis had her left foot on the ball.
I think she
didn't
did.
Maybe chip the ground, didn't get what she wanted. You do not want to see a half a pass or a half a kick inside your own box, right?
Nope, that ball needs to get out.
Deflection to the throw-in coming up for the Redskins, and they've got a player waiting to get back in. Number 3, Hudnall, starter for the Redskins, checking back in. Howie, we're really at possession ball here and no mistakes. But one thing I noticed for sure, by the time the Riders mounted their last attack, there were 6 or 7 white shirts in the box.
Yep.
That's a wall of defenders. And they're going to have to figure out a way to build an attack before that wall gets built, before that wall gets put up back here. And it's going to take that big through ball or outside-in ball to spread them out a little bit.
You're not going to be able to just go right through the middle there.
Not with that many players.
Yeah,
and we're really doing the same thing. Our mids are fast, they get back. Our backs are fast, they get back. Wapak's and Riders' attack is about the same right now.
Very similar, yeah.
And we'll see if we make any changes here, some adjustments, maybe open that up a little bit and really put some pressure on this keeper because we like to keep our keepers bored. But Pullman right now, they have not a lot of action. So we want their keeper to be under heavy fire, open for business if we can. Looks like Olberding with the throw-in, and during their possession, we cannot sub. We've got a couple of subs on the line, and there's times you can sub and times you can't.
Okay, some deflections that we just saw and cleared out, and we're going to get a shot by Preston. Goes on the left side.
No touch, no deflection. So they're asking for it. I think they're asking for the deflection to the corner, but we're getting a goal kick for Hertzstein. So Howie, you can check in on your own throw-ins. Right? You can check in on a goal kick.
Yep.
You can check in on corners, but you cannot check in on the other team's throw-in. So we've got a goal kick now. We got a couple players coming onto the field. 15 and 29 returning for the Rough Riders.
Liette, 15, and then 29, Riley Anderson.
And they do not want you, and you're not allowed to have players come in on the other team's throw-in. Now, if both teams have players on the line, doesn't matter who's thrown in, they can both go in.
Okay, Liette now with the ball, trying to connect. Oh, through ball to Turner. Unlucky ball just hits the shins of Turner.
Throw in for the Riders coming up, though. I think Anderson with the throw in.
A little bit of a dangerous kick that we just saw. Yeah, let's see if the Riders can utilize all forms of space here. get the ball to the other end of the field. Triplet trying to bring the ball down, but a couple more bounces. Trying to connect to Turner. Just right now, the Riders are trying to get the ball up. Not seeing a lot of possession right now. And a big old ball down towards our end of the field, and Hertenstein there to scoop that one up.
That's a smart play. We were just talking about that to create some space. The outside end's not working for Wapak, and you can't go too far with it. We have a very aggressive keeper. She's going to come out and come get that and kill that attack.
Beautiful job by Davis stepping up, connecting to Turner, goes through, and their keeper comes out, slides down, gets her hands on the ball. But, hey, that was a great opportunity there we just saw. Love how Davis steps up to that ball, gets it away from the Redskins, and then leads the ball up forward. And
Pullman had to make a decision.
Yep.
I think this was a handling call, I believe, which means the ball hit a hand maybe in an unnatural position. So we have a kickoff coming up for Wapak. Looks like Alt's going to take that. Probably Preston. Yep, Preston steps up to the ball to restart it.
10 minutes remaining here in the second half here. Score is still 0-0. Love dropping back. Ball's up into the box. Bella there to get her hands on it.
Well, Howie, whatever happens tonight, it's a beautiful night for soccer. Couldn't be nicer out here.
Beautiful night.
We saw during the national anthem, the flags at half staff, and it is laying down flat. It's such a nice night, which means no team really has an advantage in either half with the wind in their face or at their back.
Jacobs with a beautiful through ball, trying to connect to Davis or Anchorman. And Davis with the eye of the tiger, maintaining pressure the entire time. Davis now with the ball. Shot on frame. Beautiful idea, because you never know what's going to happen there with the shot on target.
Very good. The sophomore Pullman showing sure hands on that, a pretty good velocity on that kick. And if she lets that go, we've got Liette sitting right on top of her. A lot of contact there. You heard some yelping from the crowd and from the fans and coaches. I'm not sure if that contact was direction of ball or not.
Cleared out by the Riders. Yeah, I will say, let's think about the contact that we saw with the first half. Just on the contrary with what we're seeing here in the second half right now.
And I would expect that this clock winds down. We're under 10 minutes now. You're going to see a little more emotion coming at you. Bigger shots like that one we just saw off Olbringer and Olberding. And we're probably going to see more contact player to player.
Looks like 10 coming in for the Riders, which is Walls.
Yep, and then 6 Prenger returning to the game for Wapak, and number 30 Stess coming into the game for the Redskins. So we got a goal kick coming up for Hertenstein. Restart under 10 minutes in the game, 0-0 here at Rough Rider Field. And if you're just checking in, we've had a lot of possession ball from both teams. Very good discipline. Couldn't be more disciplined. That was a great word you used earlier, Howie. And no offsides calls, a few penalties, but I would expect it's going to get a little tougher here in the last few minutes of this game.
Very much so. Nice job by Wapak dropping the ball back. Beautiful shot. Looked like Preston again.
Oh,
correct?
Yeah. You do not want to see Preston in a quarter of your field because she's taken every corner kick. She's taken every game restart. What does that tell you about her? She's got a cannon.
She has a cannon. Placement overall has been pretty dang good. Good velocity, good power. Davis working that ball. Arms are coming up. We're going to have a throw in here, though, for the Redskins. Redskins going quickly.
Well, I would like to see more penalties down on our half of the field. We talking about that direct kickoff of Preston. I'd like to see some of that. We got some Lady Riders that have some very strong legs and accurate kicks. Let's get down here, get some contact and draw some fouls.
Davis trying to connect in towards the inside, but intercepted and cleared out of bounds by, looks like Jillian Jacobs. Lead to a throw in here for the Redskins.
Another throw in for Olberding, and
Big
I don't know if you noticed it, a little off the ball extracurricular activity there, Howie.
Yeah.
I would expect that in a game of this caliber, getting into this timing of the game as well. It's going to be more and more physical.
Okay, if we can get a replay potentially of Jacobs with what she just did there, kind of go step by step. Nice job by her running up to that ball, making sure nobody else contests there.
We'll wait for a game stop and then see if we can show that. That was really good skills.
Shot on target. Ball's up. Nice job by Bella. Timing out that jump. I was a little nervous. It might have been a little premature, but she got up.
Wow.
Here's Jacob stepping up to that throw-in, which is always a potential threat. Just keeps on going, gets the threat out, and tries to connect your rider, but not quite. And then if we have maybe a potential of repeat of the save, but we will have a corner kick now for the Redskins.
Preston with the corner kick. And we have 2 Preston, so 7 and 17. We may be calling the same one over and over again.
Ball's
here.
up. Still bouncing around in the box.
That's
Comes
that
up
chaos,
18.
that chaos you're looking for on the corner, and they certainly got it. And Hertenstein kind of seals it off and lets it go over the end line. I don't know if we do have a replay of that shot that Hertenstein got up at the top bar, but hopefully we got a good look at it live. She put her hand basically flat against that crossbar.
Yeah, great height that we have with Bella Hertenstein.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the game, 0-0 here at Rough Rider Field. I think the energy, Howie, we're going to expect, I would expect it to be exponential here in the next 5 minutes.
Very much so. Manker with 3 Redskins working around her. Tries to get a pass off, doesn't connect. Manker still, once again, right there. Keeps on running. Her effort's just extremely high. Works so hard. Does get taken away, though. Jacobs now to Anderson. Anderson with a beautiful ball on that right side, but it goes out of bounds.
Liet was calling for that. That's as much art as it is science there, Howie, of when to release that ball. Because now if you wait too long, you are going to let your attackers go off sides. In that case, it just went out of bounds a little bit. So we got a throw-in coming up for the Rough Riders, and checking back in for the Rough Riders, number 5 Anchorman and number 38 Weigel returning to the game. So fresh legs with a throw-in. Let's see if we can turn in this to an attack, a productive attack. Let's get something in the back of the net here, Howie.
Anderson with the throw-in, connecting to Manker.
We said it earlier, Howie. Manker is not going to touch that ball without 2 or 3 players on it, and a lot of contact, too. That's a nice release. Nice release ball.
I think, yeah, nice job by Riley Anderson just getting the ball towards the box right there. Manker's going to continue going strong. Manker looking for some connections. Passing back to Anderson. Anderson over to the top. And it's going to go out of bounds.
Over the end line. I like it, though. We're changing it up a little bit, right? Changing it up.
Checking in here for the Redskins. We got 16, Sophia 9th, and 30, Gianna Stas. Okay, so we got a goal kick here. So what I'm hoping right now from the Riders is as this ball comes up, we contest this 50-50 ball and make sure we maintain possession.
And we do. First touch was Manker off the head, goes out of bounds, but that's okay because we can defend this throw-in back here and maybe take it away quickly.
Deflected off a Redskin, leads to Riley Anderson with the ball. Riley Anderson with the throw-in. Connecting to Weigel. See what happens as Kendall Davis runs up. And just a whole bunch of deflection right now. Cleared away by the Riders. Saw some contact there. Manker, let's see if we can utilize the left side of the field.
I like it.
I
like
tell you what,
see.
Anchorman wants it on that left side. Through ball to Davis.
Great idea. Threaded the needle just a little bit too deep. Pullman was able to come up and grab that ball, but I like what I'm seeing here. Energy.
How much? We got 2 minutes remaining here. I tell you what, Anchorman has that itch right now because she's on that left side, and I'm telling you what, she has some space. If that ball connects to her, that's a great attack that we might have. Okay, Anchorman with the ball. See if we can get a better touch here.
rare occasion with a Rough Rider on the ground.
See if we can potentially settle this ball. Maker's going to settle the ball. And let's see if we can get a call here. Okay, and we finally have our call.
Got the call. It's going the Rough Riders' way. Howie, you and I both saw it. Now we need Manker to see it. Anchorman was wide open on the near side.
Love how we're going already by Manker. Manker knows the pace of the game. There's only a minute remaining.
Howie, we're in the regular season, so we can end in a tie. There's no shootout in the regular season, different in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to end in a tie. We want to get one here.
Okay, smart defense. Okay, we got a collision there. Jacob's able to get up.
Boy, that's a mistake we needed right there, Howie. She
outside.
misses that. Now we got a shot.
This is the itch we were talking about. All right, Anchorman has the green. Still going, all up. Not able to connect to Weigel. It's going to lead to a goal kick.
Now, in that case, Weigel had to wait shoulder to shoulder. You don't want to go off sides in that case. She had to wait till the kick, and then she took off. Just missed. We got 50 seconds left. Couple players checking in.
12
get this ball.
Shipe line 10. Kanar. Sorry, Lance.
No,
continue.
that's okay. See if we can get this ball back like we did and turn it into a quick run. Coming up on 30 seconds left in the half.
Going short. Smart play that we just did see by the Redskins there.
Here we got a throw in for us. Let's get the connection here and see if we can get it across the field. Let's switch the field if we can.
Okay, smart defense. Remember, 20 seconds remaining. Emotions are going to be high. Stay clear in between the ears.
Yeah, if you cannot clearly get a run to your net, then kick it in the parking lot.
10 seconds remaining. Big old throw-in. Last possession we will see here. Don't want the ball to hit the ground. Get the ball out of bounds. The game's still going.
Oh, that was close enough to a run at the end of the game.
That was.
Here we are, Rough Rider Field with the WBL matchup between your Lady Riders and the Wapakoneta Redskins. Ends in a 0-0 match.
Yeah.
Nobody made that mistake that we were talking about. Both teams played very well tonight. Talk a little bit about what you saw, Howie.
Yeah, first off, just what a fun game to watch. You know, from the pace that we saw at the beginning of the first half, watching that approach that the Redskins took, keeping their shape the entire way throughout, and then putting a ball over the top was their attack. And then smart play by the Riders going inside to out, working that possession. And then we led to the second half here. Very different game, I felt like, the entire time. More physicality. I mean, it just kept on going as the time was running down. Yeah, just some wonderful things that we saw that led to a tie. What are we thinking for next week when we see, I believe, OG?
Well, I think we're going to be very well prepared. This was an even match, and whatever it is that the coaches set out to do tonight, I think they accomplished, right? Yeah. Which was don't let the game don't let it run away, right? And let's whatever happens in it, let's build on it. And I think, win or lose, both teams walk away tonight with better skills than they had coming into it. It was a really good even matchup, and really, we talked about it before the game started. Wapakoneta is very stingy on giving up goals, but they have gotten 28 goals this season, and the Rough Riders holding to 0. That's a massive thing to build off of to go into the rest of the season.
That's the biggest takeaway, defense. Defensively, that was phenomenal that we saw. I mean, we talked about, what was the word that I used? At the first half.
Discipline.
Discipline. Yeah, completely being disciplined the entire time. Very nice job. That I props to the St. Mary's defense and the Wapak defense for tonight.
Well, and no offsides in 80 minutes of action. Have you ever seen that before at any level, at the high school level?
Yeah.
And I think we did say later in the game, maybe offsides wouldn't have been a bad thing to challenge that defense and see if the referees notice when the hit comes and when it doesn't come. Now, how we left our fans hanging half the game is a throw-in, a direct or an indirect. And we did establish that you can be offsides on the throw-in, right? But can you throw it directly in that without it hitting any players? You got a 50-50 chance with this.
I always thought it was yes. Is that true?
No, it does have to deflect.
It does
off
have
a player.
to deflect.
The throw-in would be considered an indirect.
Have you ever seen that, though?
That somebody's thrown it in?
Yeah.
I have seen it happen, and I saw it called a goal. That's why I will never forget that it happened.
Are you serious?
It was at a younger age in a travel game.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
And I remembered asking the referee later, and he goes, I think it hit somebody. I said, I'm sure it didn't.
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
So, yeah, hey, we learned something tonight. Our fans learned something they won't forget. So the Lady Riders tie with
with the Redskins. A great game, great discipline, as you said, and a lot of energy at the end of the game as we expected. A lot of physicality, and what did we see? We saw the penalties start ramping up towards the end of the game, not surprising. And there's some great highlights. You'll be able to catch it on Rider Nation Station, as this will be available to watch anytime. So any last words, Howie, before we sign off for tonight?
Just keep on working hard, ladies, as we move on to next week. So.
Very good, very good.
Concludes.
Okay, thank you all for tuning into our broadcast. This is Lance Iber and Howie Spencer signing off for the evening. Riders out.
Peace.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.